Hey folks, welcome to the first edition of the Raspberry Ripple Cooks. Today I am making, for my first attempt on camera, my favourite dish of all time, the meaty, cheesy, saucy lasagna. I will be with you from start to finish. I'm quadriplegic, so bear with me. Might be a little bit slower than other people, but I'm with you right from the start, right to the end. I will edit it down so it's as quick as possible, but this is my meaty lasagna. Enjoy. Ground beef mince, oil, red wine, salt, mixed herbs, pepper, milk, onion, garlic, tomato puree, chopped tomatoes, lasagna sheets of course, and some mushrooms, butter, cheese, all the stuff that's bad for you, but all the stuff that tastes so good. So, cooking lasagna, one of the first things we're going to do is cook off the beef. We're using a 15% fat beef. You can get leaner beef than that, but the fat in the beef gives it the flavour. However, we're going to be cooking it and then draining the fat away from it anyway. So, I'd recommend using a higher fat beef, plus it's probably a little bit cheaper. Get the beef in the pan, a little bit of oil. The most important thing about sweating down the beef is that once it's done, you don't want to have any lumps in it. Keep working that beef. Don't get distracted by Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, messages, or like my missus playing games. Keep working that beef. As you can see, as this beef starts to cook, you can see the fat start to appear in it, all the juices. Now you don't want to lose those while you're cooking it. That's why I buy a higher percentage beef of fat and then strain the excess fat off, so that while it's browning off, it's cooking all those lovely flavours. And obviously when you're working your beef, if you're using a non-stick pan, don't use a metal instrument. So I've just drained that lovely beef. You can see no juice left in there, all ready to go. I'm going to set that to one side. Don't know why I'm looking at the other camera there. What I'm going to do is just put it into the tin that I'm going to be making the lasagna in. Nice big oven-proof tray. Dinner tray on my lap so I don't burn myself. Essential when you're cooking. Slide that across. Obviously when you're quadriplegic, you've got to be careful what you're doing with this stuff. There'll still be a little bit of juice in there, but I'm not too fussed about a little bit of juice. And that's it. I'm going to set the beef to one side. Doesn't matter if that gets cold, because I'm going to put it to the sauce later. And then we're going to get ready to make the sauce. So next up, what I want to be doing is getting everything ready to make that nice Italian sauce to go for my lasagna. Now I'm using ingredients from the cupboard. I'm not using anything fancy, no fresh herbs. Things from the tin, things from the tube. The only things that are fresh are the beef, the onions, garlic, etc. You don't need really fancy stuff to make a really tasty lasagna, I promise you. So, I'm going to add a whole onion to the mix, a few cloves of garlic, and some mushrooms. So get the mise en place ready. Mise en place, French term, means get everything ready, basically. Onion. Now what you do want, whether you're a professional chef or not, sharp knife. Okay, I use sabatier, Japanese style. Just give it a little sharpen. Obviously I've got gimp hands, so I shouldn't say gimp, I've got quad hands. Onion. Cut the bottom end off. Get the rubbish out of the way. Cut it in half. Now I left that end bit on for a reason, because it holds it together. Now, get a knife that feels comfortable in your hand. Obviously I've got weak hands, so I like these big knives because I can get a good grip of it. That's when I'm having a good day with my hand. I'm going to use the same pan because it's got all them flavours from cooking that beef. Get that in there. Going to do the other half. But for other people out there that are quadriplegics, bad hands, MSM, whatever it is you've got, activehands.com, Rob Smith, director. These things are brilliant. This is a general purpose gripping aid. Doesn't make chopping particularly easy, but it enables me to get a knife in my hand. So if you can't move your hands and you want to do this, get one of these bad boys. Doesn't hold the knife in a great position, but I've got a grip. Now I'm going to want some garlic, plenty of. I do find chopping garlic a faff, so all I'm going to do is top and tail, flat down, give it a little whack, because that helps you peel it in a minute. Garlic crusher, trust me, makes life so much easier. I'll do this straight in. Sometimes being a quad is a real pain in the ass. You do end up with a little bit of wastage, normally. But this isn't Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. Not all of it has to be perfect. So whatever's left in there, just bang it out. Scrape it, because by the time that's cooked, that'll have broken down beautifully. Again, I'm not using anything fancy here. These mushrooms have been in the fridge for a week already. And all I'm going to do with these is just slice them. Okay. Got the mushrooms, I'm not putting these in yet. Got my messy tray. Absolute essential if you don't want to burn yourself if you sat down. And it stops my lap from getting more messy than it already is. Right, next up, what I do, sweat down the onions and the garlic. Get the heat back on. Make sure that didn't burn. Alright, so now we're going to sweat down the onions and the garlic. Put a little bit more oil in. What I want to do is get those getting nice and soft. You can really smell the aromas. Beautiful. Might just be onions and garlic and the residual beef, but I tell you, it's a flavour of smells that gets me going. Because you know it's the foundation of good food. Right. I'm getting this beef ready, which is obviously cooled down. see those are starting to soften, so they're getting nice and wet. I'm going to turn the heat right down. This is where I make a mess. That's it. Got the beef in there now. Onions have softened. Just gonna keep it on a low heat. Just mix this in. What I'm also gonna do is put this stock cube in. Just gonna break it into quarters. It will break down as the course of the dish cooks. Now what I'm going to do is add some dried herbs. I'm going to add these now because dried herbs, obviously because they're dry, take longer to get the flavour. Nice healthy amount. And while that's in there, I'm going to add the tomato puree. Now I'm going to add, and be generous, a nice amount of tomato puree. This helps to really give the sauce flavour. You can buy it in the tins, sometimes it's easier to scoop it out. These obviously look massive now, but they will cook, the water will come out of them. Hopefully from this video you just get that I'm just a normal home cook. I'm not getting everything weighed out perfectly. Everything's nice and clean. 2 people with a camera and a sound equipment. It's just me, 2 cameras and you. Red wine. It's been in the cupboard for a while. Doesn't have to be anything special, I'm not a red wine drinker. But what it will do is lift the flavours off of the pan, as well as give the beef a bit more of an intense flavour. Probably put about 1/3 of the bottle in there. This is the first time you watch one of my cooking videos. Well, this is the first video, so I'm quadriplegic. I broke my neck 20 years ago, diving in the sea, hit the bottom, shattered my C6 vertebrae, cut the spinal cord, not all the way through, but I shattered the C6, cervical 6, whatever you want to call it. So below the chest I'm pretty much completely paralysed. I can wiggle my toes, that's about it. And weak hands, left is worse than the right, but I'm more better off than others, and less better off than others. So you just got to see the silver lining in what you've got, and just crack on. Anyway, go to theraspberryripple.com if you want to know more about me, blogs. Theraspberryripple.com for when you're making lasagna. I'm going back to why I drained the beef. One of the reasons, apart from the fat, is you don't want your mixture to be too wet. If it's too wet, the lasagna will end up soggy. And because we're making a big one, we want to be able to portion it up when it's cool. So if it's soggy, it doesn't really work. Ground pepper. Salt. We'll finish this to taste later. But don't put too much in straight away. You don't want to over season it. Get all that stirred in. Get redder and redder, looking nice, thick sauce. You get the lid on that, and we'll just leave that to it for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Alright, so that's been simmering for about 10 minutes. While that's been simmering, I've had a little tidy round. Make sure the house is, make sure the kitchen isn't quite as disgusting as it was. Everything's looking all right. And while I've been doing that, I've been getting the milk ready, getting lots of grated mature cheddar ready. That looks absolutely delicious and smells absolutely amazing. What I'm going to do now is just taste it, just to check the seasoning. Really fucking drop that. Good. Probably use a little bit more salt. A little bit more pepper. And that is looking lovely. And that is the sauce for your lasagna. Just about ready to go. So what I'm going to do is move that to the back. On a low heat. I'm just going to leave that going. I'm going to unclip and go and get the flour. So I'm not that organised. Alright, so final part of the dish. I'm going to make a white sauce, add cheese to it. Two main elements. First we're going to make a roux. I've used a very large lump of spread butter, Lurpak if you want to know. Probably 2 dessert spoons worth. And what we're going to do is get that softening gently. And while that's softening, I'm going to put the milk in the microwave. Now, that'll probably take about 6 minutes to get hot in the microwave, that milk. If you're doing it in a professional kitchen, you'd heat the milk up separately in a saucepan, probably with an onion and a bay leaf and some cloves. This is homemade lasagna, you don't need that stuff. And get rid of this spoon. going to use one of these spatulas because I don't want anything to stick. Now melt the butter slowly. Trust me, when you're making a roux, which is the first part of this sauce, it can burn quite easily. If it burns, it will start to smell quite nutty. Go quite brown. So I'm going to put a nice load of flour in here. I'm not measuring anything. A roux essentially is equal fat to flour. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to stir that away. Because it will burn. Okay, that looks about right for me. Milk is almost ready to go. Oven has been preheated to 180. If you haven't done it already, go and do it now. Still plenty of time. So there we have it. My milk is nice and hot. My roux is ready to go. When I say it's ready to go, I mean it's ready to be turned into a bechamel. Whisk. This needs to be done slowly, again, to keep cooking the flour out. Get that in there. This first mixture will instantly turn into a paste. You can see that? Mega thick. Almost looks like bread dough. I don't want to look at that camera again. And add the next bit of milk in. I've still got the heat on low. Don't want to burn this. I'm going to gently mix that in so it doesn't splash everywhere. On camera again, it's looking really quite silky. Lovely, happy with that, so I'm going to add the rest of the milk. Crank the heat up again. got a shine to it. Turning the heat back down. Final part to this, now we're going to make it into cheese sauce. Good healthy amount of mature cheddar. I'm just going to bosh that straight in. There's nothing healthy about lasagna, and there shouldn't be anything healthy about it. It's a good, home-cooked, heartwarming, make you happy dish. That's better. All right, first up, nice layer of sauce. Beautiful. Don't be shy on this first layer. This is the foundation. Strapped on there. On she blows. Now if you couldn't pick it up, you could just ladle it out. This is the one time I can be impatient. Beautiful. Absolutely. Delicious. I'm just going to use a clean spoon. Now trust me, there's enough cheese in there. But if you want to go cheese man, you can add some more grated cheese to the top. That's going to go in 180 for about an hour. Lasagna's been in for about 30 minutes. I've just turned it down, whichever one it is, to about 160. Don't want it to overcook. Don't want it to burn on the top. There we are, kitchen back to normal before the boss gets home. Lasagna looking amazing. Alright, here we go. Here's our lasagna. Looks fantastic. There she is. All that effort. Cut that up, that'll make about 12 decent portions. Have it with salad, new potatoes, whatever you want.